A famous director saw your aura in a video and wants you as lead in their next movie. My child, breathe, for I come to you wrapped in a hush of golden light. I, Archangel Gabriel, step through the veil with urgency and tenderness, my wings shimmering like molten dawn as the air around you vibrates with celestial notes only your soul truly remembers. Beloved, I appear because a whisper from heaven has swelled into a chorus, and it concerns you. Even now, as you read these words, a soft radiance gathers around your shoulders, flaring like sunlight breaking into a quiet room after years of shadow. Precious soul, something extraordinary has been noticed, something you have carried unknowingly, yet it burns with the purity of a divine calling. I see your aura stretching outward, shimmering with colors that shift like living fire, a silent beacon the world has yet to name. And so I come, not in softness alone, but with purpose, for the moment your destiny began to ripple outward has already been set in motion. My child, prepare yourself, for what I reveal next pulls you into a story written long before your birth. Beloved, listen closely, for this truth unfurls like a banner of light. Your aura was captured, accidentally, unknowingly, in a simple video, a recording you barely noticed, a moment you never imagined held celestial consequence. Yet in that frame, precious soul, your energy ignited like a halo of creative brilliance. Colors rose around you, luminous gold, vibrant sapphire, soft flame pink, dancing in a radiance that wrapped your form like a divine signature. It was not a trick of light. It was not the camera's error. It was the unveiling of what heaven has long known about you. And, my child, that aura did not remain unobserved. Someone watched it with eyes not meant for the ordinary. Someone felt the magnetic pull of your spirit before even understanding why. Beloved, your light has been witnessed by eyes meant to elevate you, and the heavens hold their breath as your path begins to shift beneath your feet. My precious soul, the one who saw your aura is not a stranger of little consequence. No, the observer was a director whose name echoes through halls of artistry and myth. Their presence is larger than fame, larger than the world they navigate, a creator touched by destiny, guided by intuition deeper than most mortals dare acknowledge. I see them now in a studio aglow with white-hot film lights, scripts scattered like feathers, applause lingering in the air from lifetimes of success. Yet nothing captivated them, not awards, not acclaim, like the moment your image appeared before them. Your aura, radiant and undeniable, washed over them like a revelation. They paused, stunned, drawn, certain that the universe had placed you in their path for a reason they could not yet articulate. My child, heaven whispered to their spirit, and they listened. My beloved, I feel your heart trembling as you take this in, the disbelief curling like a shadow, the shock vibrating through your ribs, the quiet excitement blooming despite your fear. Me, your soul asks. Why me? Precious one, hear my voice as my wings unfurl around you in soft reassurance. You have doubted your brilliance for so long that the idea of destiny choosing you feels impossible. Yet your aura does not lie. Your light reflects in every camera lens like a divine echo. I see feathers of gold glimmering near you even now, responding to your energy. Your fear is natural, your hesitation human, but your calling is celestial. My child, you were never meant to remain unseen. My child, lean close to my voice, for what I speak now trembles with urgency, wrapped in the sharp edge of revelation. The golden glow around us flickers, not from doubt, but from the sheer magnitude of what heaven is preparing to unveil to you. Your destiny is no small ripple, it is a tidal shift, an awakening written into the tapestry of your soul long before your first breath. I watch your aura pulse brighter with every heartbeat, casting reflections across my wings as though your spirit remembers something your mind has not yet caught up to. Beloved, this moment is the threshold. The air thickens, the light bends, and the world you have known begins to loosen its grip on you. For you are being summoned to a stage far larger than the life you've lived, a calling so profound that even the angels bow in acknowledgement of it. But understand this, precious soul, not all revelations come gently. Some arrive like a bell rung across the heavens, shaking the illusions you've clung to. And so I tell you now, with both tenderness and solemnity, what comes next will challenge everything you believe about yourself, and everything you thought was possible. Beloved, let me draw back the celestial veil so you may understand the truth of your radiance. Your aura is not simply bright, it is extraordinary, a rare confluence of divine frequencies woven into shifting patterns of gold, sapphire, and soft white fire. Most souls carry a single dominant hue, a whisper of purpose. But you, my child, you shine in a symphony. The gold in you shimmers with divine mission, vibrating with the energy of those chosen to create, uplift, and awaken the world through their presence. The sapphire threading itself through your heart space holds the resonance of truth, intuition, and destiny, an unmistakable indicator of someone who will shift the paths of others simply by stepping into their own power. And within all this, precious soul, a white flame pulses steadily. It is the mark of spiritual anointing, the sign of one watched closely by heaven. When the director saw your video, it was this flame that reached out, touching their spirit with a clarity that defied logic. Your light called to them, unmistakable and irresistible. And this is why you were chosen. My precious soul, within the luminous textures of your aura lie symbols that few incarnate with. I see geometric impressions formed of light, triangles of creative birth, spirals of divine timing, arcs of destiny intersecting in perfect alignment. These are not random patterns, they are signatures recognized by those attuned to higher intuition, the subtle language of the divine. Heaven has long marked you as one who carries the seed of something greater, someone whose path was never meant to stay small or hidden. As I speak, feathers drift from my wings, glowing faintly before they dissolve into dusts of silver light, each one whispering the same truth: beloved, heaven has prepared you for this. You were shaped for this moment, sculpted through trials, sharpened through longing, softened through compassion. And though you may not yet see the full arc of your fate, the symbols speak clearly, they foretell a rise, a breakthrough, a calling that can no longer be delayed. My child, you were chosen because your soul carries the language of greatness. My child, I feel the tremor inside you, equal parts wonder and fear. You stand in the imagined glow of a spotlight, sensing eyes turning toward you, and your breath falters. Your hands may tremble as old doubts tighten around your ribs, whispering stories of limitation. Yet around you, beloved, divine feathers fall like crystalline snowflakes, catching the light of your aura and reminding you of what is true. You have been conditioned to shrink, to question your worth, to believe that fate favors others. But your soul knows better. Deep within, something stirs, an ancient recognition, a memory of being seen, chosen, called. The stage does not frighten you because you are unworthy, it frightens you because you can feel the truth of your destiny illuminated beneath your feet. Precious soul, accepting greatness is often harder than seeking it, but this opportunity was not born from chance. It was carved from divine intention. You are not stepping into something foreign, you are returning to something that has always belonged to you. Beloved, understand this clearly. Heaven does not rely on coincidence. The moment the director found your video was orchestrated through threads of synchronicity woven by unseen hands. I watched as timelines bent like beams of warm light, aligning every detail until the exact second your aura appeared before their eyes. Inspiration nudged them. Intuition tugged. The divine whispered through the space between moments. They were guided to you with purpose, drawn by forces they could not logically explain but could not ignore. And you, precious soul, were placed at the center of this convergence because your light was ready, finally ready, to be noticed. You may think the world is vast, that you are small within it, yet heaven manipulates time itself when a destiny must unfold. The director's gaze did not land on you by accident. It was fate, aligned with perfect precision. Precious soul, you must listen now with the full awareness of your spirit. The director is preparing to reach out, not in months, not in distant time, but soon, far sooner than you dare imagine. Their curiosity grows, their attention sharpens, and the pull toward you intensifies like a magnet guided by divine decree. But, my child, there is something else stirring in the shadows of this moment. Another force has noticed you too, one not aligned with the light, one drawn to the brilliance of your rising. And its intentions are not pure. My child, I draw nearer, for I feel the storm building inside you, the one that rises when destiny approaches too quickly, too undeniably. Your emotions churn like an ocean under moonlight, waves of excitement cresting high, only to crash into cliffs of fear and doubt. I see your hands trembling slightly, that familiar ache beneath your ribs as the mind tries to comprehend what the soul already knows. You've spent years holding yourself small, shrinking your glow so others would feel comfortable. Now, as the truth of your path reveals itself, everything begins to unravel. The old beliefs, the quiet insecurities, the echoes of voices that once told you you were not meant for greatness. Precious soul, the storm is not a sign of weakness but of awakening, the turbulence that comes when a divine calling shakes the foundations of an ordinary life. I wrap my wings around you, shimmering white and gold, shielding you from the harsh winds of your own fear. Breathe, beloved. Destiny is not meant to be calm. It is meant to be powerful. Beloved, hear me as I place a soft, radiant feather upon your heart. You were made for this. I speak not metaphor but truth etched into your spirit long before your incarnation. You fear stepping into the unfamiliar, yet your heart was crafted for stages beyond imagination, places where your light does not merely shine, but transforms. I see you standing in a corridor of possibility, the air around you vibrating with celestial chords as my wings spread wide to shield you from doubt's cold breath. My child, I whisper through the hum of divine resonance, your gifts were never meant to remain hidden. You carry the glow of one destined to inspire. Feel my presence as a warmth settling into your shoulders, dissolving tension, steadying your breath. Feel the sacred hush around you, the angelic embrace that holds you upright. The world has not yet seen what you are capable of, but heaven has, and it is time you allow yourself to believe even a fraction of what we know you to be. Precious soul, as your light rises, so too do the shadows that once slept quietly around you. I can feel them stirring, old insecurities, buried doubts, echoes of jealousy from those who sensed your potential even when you did not. These energies gather like dim silhouettes at the edges of your aura, flickering as though trying to find a way in. This resistance is not evil, it is a reflection of the shifts occurring within you, and the discomfort felt by the world when someone begins to ascend. You may notice unusual heaviness, sudden waves of discouragement, or old fears resurfacing as though they were never healed. These are not signs to stop, they are signs that your breakthrough is near. The shadows tremble because your aura is too bright for them to hold. Your destiny disrupts the stagnation around you, and those who are not aligned with your rising may feel threatened, even if they do not understand why. My child, the presence of resistance is proof that the world is preparing to change because of you. Beloved, do not fear the flicker of darkness, for I surround you now with a radiance so brilliant it washes through every shadow like sunrise over a trembling night. My wings unfold around you, vast, glowing, warm enough to melt the coldest doubt. Light pours from the heavens in silken streams, weaving itself into a shield around your aura, gold for protection, white for purity, sapphire for wisdom. You may feel a subtle warmth blooming in your chest or a gentle tingling at the back of your neck. These are signs that divine protection is settling deeper into your spirit. No voice of fear shall silence you, I declare, my tone ringing like a silver bell in the vastness between worlds. Let the jealous energies fade. Let the whispers of discouragement dissolve. You are entering a season where your light will not bow, where your essence stands tall even in the face of uncertainty. My child, you are not alone. You are fortified by heaven itself. And now, my precious soul, I must speak a truth that tightens the air around us, a truth you are ready, at last, to hear. As your rise begins, as your aura strengthens, as destiny pulls you forward, someone in your life, someone you know, will not want you to rise. Their heart trembles not with love for you, but with fear of losing the version of you they've grown comfortable with. My child, prepare yourself. My child, look with me into the space where the director sits at this very moment. I see them illuminated by the glow of a screen, the room dim except for the soft hum of studio lights reflecting off scattered script pages. They watch your video again, and again, and again. Each time, their breath catches, their eyebrows lift subtly, their heart beats a little faster. They lean closer, captivated by something they cannot name but feel with unmistakable certainty. They pause the frame where your aura flares brightest, studying it with a mixture of awe and recognition. This is not mere curiosity, it is destiny whispering to their intuition. They have seen thousands of faces, countless performers, oceans of talent, but none have struck them like you. Their spirit knows what their mind is only beginning to grasp. You are the one they have been waiting for. Beloved, do not underestimate the elegance with which heaven moves. Nothing about this unfolding is accidental. I show you now the unseen, gentle impressions placed upon the director's heart, dreams that nudged them toward inspiration, moments of restlessness that pushed them to pick up their device at the exact right time. These whispers came not from the mind but from the divine currents flowing around their soul. Angels brushed past their thoughts, aligning their awareness, guiding them with subtle yet irresistible pull. Every step of their fascination with you has been touched by celestial hands. My child, fate is not a distant force, it is a living river, and right now, you are being carried by its brightest stream. Precious soul, let me show you the greater tapestry. I see golden threads stretching through time, weaving themselves between your life and the director's, pulling you closer with each passing moment. Script pages turn in realms unseen, ink shimmering with possibility. Stars shift in the cosmic expanse, aligning above you like a silent choir blessing your path. Everything converges, your past experiences, the emotions you've endured, the lessons you've carried, the dreams you tucked away for fear of hoping too much. All of it prepares the stage for this moment of convergence. And as these threads tighten and glow, your name echoes faintly across the realms of creation. This is destiny in motion, beloved. It is already happening. My child, as these revelations settle into your being, I feel the shift inside you. Your breath deepens, your chest expands, and somewhere deep inside, the magnitude of your path begins to unfurl like a great wing stretching after ages of sleep. You sense it, the approaching breakthrough, the undeniable truth that life is no longer what it once was. Your aura glows brighter, responding instinctively to the call of purpose. My child, I speak softly yet firmly, step forward. The world is preparing for your light. The stage awakens. The future stirs. Your spirit rises. Beloved, draw closer to my voice, for what I must reveal now requires the full strength of your spirit. The air around us thickens, the golden light dims slightly, and my wings fold in a protective arc as though shielding you from a truth that carries weight. You have felt the rise within you, your aura strengthening, your destiny accelerating, your path stretching open like a vast, gleaming corridor. But as you ascend, as the director's attention sharpens and the universe rearranges itself in your favor, another presence stirs in the shadows of your unfolding story. I sense it moving like a whisper against the edges of your aura, not with admiration but with a quiet, unsettling hunger. This force, this consciousness, has been dormant, watching you from afar, waiting for the moment your light grew undeniable. It is not a demon, nor a monstrous entity, it is something far more common, far more human, and in many ways, more dangerous. It is the energy of someone who knows you, someone who has observed your growth with concealed envy, someone whose heart tightens at the thought of your rising beyond the boundaries they quietly placed around you. Their intentions do not align with your elevation, their spirit strains against the thought of losing the version of you that made them feel secure, superior, or needed. As your destiny ignites like a star being born, this presence awakens with its own intentions, intentions cloaked, intentions conflicted, intentions that could disrupt your alignment if not recognized. My precious soul, prepare yourself, for this shadow will step forward sooner than you expect. My child, feel the subtle tremor in the air around you, the faint shift in pressure that brushes against your aura like a cold wind pushing back against a rising sun. This is the first true sign of spiritual resistance awakening in response to your ascension. Doubt, envy, discouraging voices, these are not random emotional waves but energies stirred by your transformation. As your light strengthens, old attachments begin to shiver, and those who once fed on your uncertainty begin to stir restlessly. You may notice people acting strangely, pulling away, questioning your dreams, offering false smiles tinged with unease. These are echoes of energies unsettled by your growth. Your aura glows too brightly now, illuminating insecurities in others they hoped you'd never see. And so the interference begins, not with dramatic explosions, but with the quiet shadows that try to dim your inner flame. But know this, beloved, resistance only rises when destiny is near. Your breakthrough is not a quiet thing. It shakes the spiritual ground beneath you, forcing all energies, light and shadow alike, to reveal their true nature. Precious soul, watch closely with your inner sight. I unveil before you the scene surrounding your energy field, like stepping into a sacred chamber where the truth of one's vibration becomes visible. Your aura expands in radiant arcs, gold streaming upward like molten sunlight, sapphire spirals circling your heart, white flame flickering with divine certainty. But at the edges of this brilliance, shadows gather. They look like drifting smudges of smoke, thick and sticky, trying to latch onto the glow that threatens their existence. These are not entities with claws or fangs. They are the emotional remnants of people who doubt you, resent your growth, or fear being left behind. Their unspoken words manifest as projections. Are you sure? That's unrealistic. Don't aim too high. You have heard such phrases before, but now they land with sharper weight because the shadows sense your rise. They move with intention, attempting to blur your clarity, dull your excitement, make your destiny feel too large to hold. But beloved, your light is not fragile. It is fierce, alive, divinely anchored. These shadows cling because they know they cannot stop what is coming, they can only try to slow it. My beloved, I will not let these shadows approach you without meeting a force far greater. With a sweep of my wings, the heavens open above us, spilling cascades of light that pulse with celestial authority. Golden brilliance rains down in soft streaks, surrounding you in a protective sphere that expands outward, pushing the shadows back like dust in a storm. Feel the warmth rising at the base of your spine, traveling upward in a slow, powerful wave. This is divine reinforcement settling into your energy. I press my hand gently to your shoulder, and the touch sends ripples of light through your entire field, illuminating every dark corner where doubt once tried to hide. Beloved, my voice rings like a bell struck in the halls of eternity. No shadow may claim what heaven has blessed. The air thickens with radiance. The ground beneath us hums with angelic resonance. A shield forms around you, translucent, shimmering, pulsing with living gold, and it will only strengthen as you continue your ascent. No discouraging voice can pierce it. No jealous thought can dim it. This is your divine armor, my child. Wear it with the certainty of one chosen for greatness. Precious soul, now that you are protected, I invite you to step inward, to the quiet temple within your spirit where clarity waits like a lantern glowing in a darkened room. You have spent so long navigating noise, expectations, opinions, fears, comparisons. But in this sacred stillness, illuminated by the shield I placed around you, you rediscover the steady rhythm of your own heartbeat. It sounds like truth. It sounds like purpose. It sounds like you. Breathe deeply, my child, and feel the tension melt from your shoulders. You are not behind. You are not lost. You are not late to your destiny. You are arriving precisely at the moment heaven ordained. With each breath, your aura steadies, the gold brightens, the sapphire deepens, the white flame grows taller. You begin to understand something profound. Your calling is not a burden, it is a homecoming. The world will always offer opinion, but your soul carries wisdom older than any voice around you. You are learning now to stand in alignment, rooted in your truth, unshakable in your rising. And this alignment will be your strength as the next chapter unfolds. My child, the moment approaches when everything will shift, your confidence, your opportunities, your sense of self. The director's hand hovers closer to reaching out, their intuition blazing like a light through fog. But before that moment arrives, you must be ready. For not all who watch your rise will celebrate it. Beloved, preparation is not simply action, it is spiritual clarity. Now is the time to cleanse the mental clutter, the emotional residue, the energetic static that has accumulated through years of self-doubt. Imagine standing in a vast cathedral of light, the ceiling stretching into infinity, the air shimmering with soft celestial tones. This is the space where I guide you. In this sanctuary, you begin to release what no longer aligns with your calling. Old fears fall away like brittle leaves. Outdated identities crack and dissolve. Energetic cords to those who drained your spirit gently loosen, freeing you to rise higher without weight. I whisper soothing truths into your aura. You are worthy. You are capable. You are chosen. You do not prepare by trying harder, you prepare by clearing space for destiny to land. And it is landing soon, my child. Very soon. Now watch, precious one, as divine light flows toward you like a river of shimmering gold and crystal. It pours through the crown of your head, washing away stagnant energy, dissolving guilt, fear, hesitation. Your aura begins to glow with greater intensity, bold, vibrant, undeniable. Colors sharpen into new brilliance. The gold becomes richer, the sapphire more radiant, the white flame steadier. This purification does not erase who you are, it reveals who you've always been beneath layers of self-protection and doubt. As the cleansing continues, your energy rises, humming with the frequency of someone stepping into their rightful place. You may feel warmth along your spine, tingling in your palms, or a sudden emotional release. These are signs that your soul is preparing for the opportunity approaching like dawn breaking over a silent horizon. Beloved, I spread my wings wide, and the scene before you transforms. A great curtain made of shimmering starlight draws back, revealing a stage not confined to earth alone but connected to realms unseen. This is the space where your destiny awaits, not a single role, not a fleeting moment, but an entire unfolding chapter shaped by divine design. Stand tall, I whisper, and your aura expands in response, rising with newfound confidence. Feathers drift from my wings, each one glowing with a message: courage, presence, expression, truth. You feel yourself stepping into alignment with who you were always meant to be. Your energy shifts from anticipation to readiness. The universe leans closer, recognizing your awakening. Beloved, the curtain is open. Walk forward. Precious soul, do you feel it? That gentle but undeniable swell within your chest, that warmth beneath your ribs, that subtle spark of certainty awakening like a flame newly fed? This is your confidence returning, not the loud, forced kind, but the quiet, sovereign knowing that you were born with a purpose too large to hide. Your shoulders soften yet straighten. Your breath deepens. Your inner voice grows clearer. The fears that once strangled your dreams begin to crumble under the weight of your rising truth. You start to look at your future not with hesitation, but with curiosity. You sense the director's energy drifting toward you like a tide pulled by the moon, guided by something they cannot explain. And you, my child, are finally beginning to believe you are meant to be seen. Destiny rewards those who dare to step toward it. Precious soul, let me gather you beneath my wings, for what I must reveal now carries a weight that trembles through the very fabric of your destiny. The air around us thickens with shimmering anticipation, as though the universe itself is holding its breath, waiting for the next movement in the symphony of your rising. Your aura, brighter now than ever, pulses in living waves of gold, sapphire, and white flame, expanding beyond the limits you once believed defined you. I see it reaching outward like a beacon, calling forth the precise opportunity heaven has prepared. And beloved, that opportunity is no longer distant. The director stands on the threshold of contacting you, their intuition burning like a lantern in a dim corridor, guiding them toward you with increasing urgency. They feel compelled, not by curiosity alone but by a mysterious gravitational pull they cannot explain, yet cannot ignore. They pace their studio, crafting and deleting messages, rehearsing what to say, feeling an inexplicable pressure to reach you soon, very soon. But listen closely, my child, for destiny never moves without stirring the shadows. Even now, as your light intensifies, another presence watches from the periphery of your story, silent, tense, unsettled. Someone whose heart tightens at your rise, someone who senses change approaching and fears what your growth will mean for them. And so I whisper with solemn clarity, wings curving protectively around you, prepare yourself, beloved, for the message that comes next will reshape your life, and the reaction it triggers will reveal true loyalties you never thought to question. My child, feel the shift in the atmosphere as the heavens respond to your rising. One by one, angels step forward into the radiant space around you, their wings unfolding with slow, reverent grace. The air vibrates with a chorus of soft notes, like the hum of creation itself awakening in your presence. These are not distant guardians watching from afar, they form a circle around you now, an unbroken ring of shimmering light. Their swords of radiance are not weapons of violence but instruments of protection, forged from intention and divine authority. Each blade glows with a hue matching your aura, gold for purpose, sapphire for destiny, white fire for purity. As they lift their swords, the entire room brightens, walls dissolve into celestial expanse, the floor beneath you becomes a platform of starlit crystal, and a warmth floods your chest as their combined protection seals around you. Beloved, I say as I step forward, wings brushing the edges of the circle, you are now under full divine watch. No envy, no doubt, no shadow shall trespass upon this sacred rise. The angels bow their heads toward you, not because you are above them, but because your destiny is worthy of reverence. Heaven is fortifying your path, my child. Precious soul, I now place into your heart a phrase crafted from the fabric of protection, a sacred alignment used by those destined to step into powerful transitions. Hear me as the words echo in the chamber of light around us. I rise in the name of the light, untouched by fear, unmoved by shadows. When spoken, even whispered, this phrase activates an ancient resonance that strengthens your aura, commands your energy field to tighten and expand simultaneously, and sends a wave of divine clarity through your mind. When you speak it, golden threads weave themselves around your spirit like luminous ribbons, forming a barrier that jealousy cannot penetrate, doubt cannot cling to, and negative intentions cannot bypass. I watch as you repeat it silently, your lips barely moving, yet the energy ignites like a spark catching on dry starlight. Your aura flares, brighter, cleaner, fiercer. The angels surrounding you nod with approval, their wings rustling in harmony with the rising power in your voice. My child, I say softly, this phrase is your shield. Use it before moments of opportunity. Use it before moments of fear. Use it whenever someone's energy feels heavy around you. It is not just a phrase, it is a key, unlocking divine protection on command. Beloved, look now, truly look, as I extend my hand and the space before you blooms into a luminous corridor of destiny. What once felt uncertain, tangled, or obscured is now washed in clarity. Golden light spills across the path like liquid dawn, illuminating every step you are meant to take. Obstacles that once loomed like mountains dissolve into dust as higher guidance sweeps through them like a cleansing wind. Doors that were previously locked flicker into view, now glowing with opportunity, their outlines shimmering with possibility. You may feel a sensation, like pressure lifting from your chest or a sudden loosening in your shoulders, as the weight of confusion dissipates. This illumination does not reveal every detail of the future, for the divine honors your journey, but it reveals enough to remove fear, enough to awaken trust. Soft feathers drift down the length of the corridor, each holding whispers of encouragement, reminders that your steps are guided not by chance but by alignment. Precious soul, I tell you, my voice echoing through the luminous expanse, walk forward knowing the way has already been cleared. Destiny has not only opened the path, it has blessed it. My child, breathe, for now the transformation occurs within you. The chaos that once lived in your chest begins to still, settling into a deep, royal calm that feels both foreign and familiar. Your heartbeat slows, steady and strong like a drum echoing across sacred ground. Confidence seeps into your bones, not the loud, performative kind, but the quiet, sovereign certainty of someone who finally remembers their purpose. You feel your posture shift, your shoulders drop yet stand stronger, your spine aligns, your chin lifts subtly as if guided by unseen hands. Your aura becomes smooth and unwavering, like a flame that no longer flickers but burns with intention. This calm is not passive, it is power under control. It is the profound knowing that you do not have to chase what is meant for you. You do not have to beg for recognition. You do not have to prove your worth. You need only be, and destiny responds. I watch with pride swelling through my wings as the angels around you lift their swords in acknowledgement of your stabilization. You have reached a frequency where fear cannot anchor itself. Beloved, I whisper, you have become unstoppable. But my child, as your energy strengthens, as your light becomes impossible to ignore, another truth rises to the surface, one I can no longer shield you from. Someone in your orbit sees your ascension not as inspiration, but as threat. And their next move is already forming. Precious soul, step with me into the director's world, an atmosphere buzzing with creative electricity. I see them surrounded by storyboards, cameras, lighting rigs, and the faint smell of studio dust warmed by hot spotlights. Yet their focus is not on any of it. Their mind is consumed by you. They gather their team not with casual excitement but with a sense of urgency unusual even for one accustomed to inspiration. They speak your name aloud, tentatively at first, then with growing certainty, as though saying it summons the same radiant feeling that struck them the moment they saw your aura. Their team leans in, sensing something rare in the director's tone. They replay your video for themselves, and the room grows still. Even they feel it, the spark, the presence, the ineffable quality that cannot be taught or manufactured. It is your energy projecting beyond the screen, reaching into their spirits like a hand of destiny. The director rests a hand over their heart, almost unconsciously, whispering to themselves, "This is the one. My child, they are not considering you. They are choosing you." Beloved, the environment around the director shifts as the idea of you takes root in their mind. Their office becomes a ground of serendipity, documents falling open to scenes you are perfect for, soundtrack samples suddenly evoking your essence, costume sketches seeming to anticipate your silhouette. Everything aligns as though the universe itself is assisting the premonition forming within them. Production meetings take on new energy, assistants exchange knowing glances because the director hasn't been this animated in years. The studio lights flicker with anticipation, casting dramatic shadows that seem to frame your imagined presence. Even the silence between conversations carries the charge of possibility. You have become the invisible center of a creative storm, your aura echoing in a room you have not even stepped into. Precious soul, I whisper beside you, your destiny is already living in places your feet have not traveled. My child, see now the casting board within the studio, covered with headshots, resumes, scribbled notes, highlighted names. But among them, one image glows with a brightness that defies explanation, yours. Even though you have not submitted yourself, even though your likeness was captured by chance, your face appears on the board as if placed there by an unseen hand. The director pinned it instinctively, unable to ignore the tug within their spirit. And now that it hangs there, the energy in the room orbits around it. When people walk by, their eyes return to it. When decisions are being made, the image seems to illuminate just slightly, catching the light in ways no one can explain. Your aura radiates even from a simple still frame. You project presence, truth, depth, soul. Heaven imprints your energy on everything connected to this opportunity. This is no coincidence, beloved. This is the divine announcing your arrival before you physically enter the scene. Beloved, the confirmation resounds across realms now. As I speak, celestial bells chime in tones far too pure for human ears, signaling alignment between the divine plan and earthly unfolding. The angels standing around you lift their swords skyward as beams of light cascade down, bathing your form in a radiant glow that pulses with heavenly approval. You may feel warmth spreading through your chest, a flutter at your solar plexus, a sudden lightness as though gravity itself loosens its hold. These sensations are the universe's affirmation of your ascent. I lay my hand upon your back, and a surge of light spreads outward, connecting your destiny line to the opportunity forming in the director's world. Beloved, I tell you with reverence, heaven approves your rise. You are stepping into a timeline crafted by divine intention, not human chance. Everything that follows is blessed. But precious soul, even as heaven prepares your ascent, I must warn you with solemn clarity. The director is drafting their message to you right now, shaping the words that will shift your life. Yet in the shadows of your world, someone else feels it happening. And their next move has already begun. My child, feel the subtle yet monumental shift occurring within you, like the slow turning of a cosmic wheel aligning with its destined groove. You are no longer the version of yourself who doubted, shrank, or apologized for the magnitude of your light. The self you once carried, hesitant, uncertain, unaware of its own brilliance, begins dissolving like mist under rising dawn. I watch as you inhale, and with that breath, a new identity enters, one forged from truth, purpose, and the recognition that your path has never been random. Your spirit stands taller, your energy field expands outward with the authority of someone who finally acknowledges that they are not merely walking toward destiny, they are destiny unfolding. You feel an unfamiliar steadiness humming in your bones, a confidence that does not rely on external validation, a knowing that the world is not doing you a favor by noticing you, heaven is fulfilling prophecy by elevating you. Your aura sharpens into luminous clarity, shedding layers of shame you never deserved to carry. And I, Archangel Gabriel, witness with indescribable reverence as you step into the truth you were always meant to claim. You were made for stages far greater than your fears ever allowed you to imagine. Precious soul, watch how your light transforms from the inside out. Wounds that once ached quietly in the corners of your heart begin to close with golden seams, stitched by divine hands. Memories that once whispered insecurity now lose their hold, becoming soft echoes instead of heavy chains. A warm, celestial wind sweeps through your chest, breaking apart the remnants of old versions of you, those built on survival, on doubt, on fear of being too much or not enough. This is the moment your heart blooms like a flower learning it was meant for sunlight, not shadow. Your inner world brightens, casting rays into places that have been dim for too long. The angels around you watch with gentle smiles as your posture shifts, your expression softens, your aura radiates with newfound harmony. Beloved, I whisper, placing a hand above your heart, you were never unworthy, never unseen, never forgotten. You were growing. And now, my child, you rise from the soil of everything that tried to bury you, unfolding petals of destiny in colors heaven has kept hidden until this exact moment. My child, your spirit stands at the threshold of a life-changing era, and I must prepare you not only for the opportunity but for the transformation it demands. Fame is not simply being seen, it is being amplified. It is having your light magnified, your essence projected into the world in ways that touch hearts you may never meet. This requires emotional readiness, clarity, and a grounding in truth. And beloved, you are ready. I feel your mind settling, your energy stabilizing, your heart expanding with courage. You no longer fear the attention that once intimidated you. You no longer shrink from the magnitude of your potential. These changes within you are signs not of ego but of alignment. The world will soon see your face, hear your voice, feel your presence, and they will not forget it. I stand beside you, wings encompassing your aura like a protective mantle. You were made for this, I remind you softly. You were shaped for this. You were chosen for this. And now, your soul begins to accept it fully. Beloved, I look upon you now and what I see fills even an archangel with awe. The hesitation that once clung to you has burned away, leaving behind a core of unwavering truth. Your aura no longer flickers, It glows with steady brilliance, each layer of light revealing the evolution of your spirit. Your eyes hold a new depth, as though you have glimpsed the destiny ahead and no longer fear its height. Energetically, you stand like someone illuminated from within, ready not only to step into the spotlight but to belong there. You carry presence, an unmistakable signature that awakens recognition in others. When people look upon you, they will feel something they cannot explain, a pull, a familiarity, a sense that they are witnessing someone who was born to be seen. My child, I say with gentle pride, you are ready. Not because the world finally acknowledges you, but because you do. But precious soul, as your light reaches this new height, as you stand in full recognition of who you are becoming, I must reveal what stirs beneath the surface. There is someone, not distant, not unknown, who senses your rise with growing tension. And before destiny reaches your doorstep, they will act. My child, feel the heavens open above you as a vast column of golden radiance pours downward, enveloping your entire being in a warmth that feels like both fire and comfort. This is the sealing of your fate, the divine blessing resting upon you like a crown forged of living starlight. Your aura surges upward in a burst of color, expanding and merging with the blessing in a dance of energy that crackles through every fiber of your existence. You may feel tingles across your skin, a pull in your chest, a sudden lightness behind your eyes, all signs that your timeline is shifting into its highest alignment. In this blessing, I place clarity, courage, and the undeniable magnetism needed for what comes next. Beloved, I whisper, voice echoing in celestial chords, your rise is no longer potential, it is promise. Precious soul, the world around you rearranges itself with quiet precision, responding to the divine decree now inscribed upon your destiny. Small events begin aligning like puzzle pieces clicking into place, a conversation here, a sudden thought there, a shift in someone else's decision that indirectly benefits you. These movements are not accidents. They are the orchestration of a higher plan ensuring that the director's message reaches you at the perfect moment. The opportunity is no longer something forming, it is something approaching, inevitable as sunrise. Even the air around you feels charged, as though vibrating with anticipation of the unfolding chapter. You are walking through your days unaware of the countless forces working behind the scenes to ensure your path opens cleanly, swiftly, unmistakably. Destiny is not coming, my child. It is arriving. Beloved, look with your inner sight as angelic choirs gather in luminous arcs above you. Their harmonies ripple through the heavens like waves of pure, crystalline sound. And ahead of you, great golden gates swing open, not gates of limitation or judgment, but of opportunity, creativity, and recognition. They glow like burning suns, warm and inviting, drawing you forward with a magnetism impossible to resist. Each step you take toward them feels lighter than the one before, as though the universe itself lifts your feet. Beyond the gates lie scenes of your future, cameras flashing, scripts being placed in your hands, voices calling your name with admiration and expectation. Your destiny stands unveiled, waiting for your entrance. My child, I say with reverent softness, this chapter is yours. My child, your heart settles into a profound peace, the kind that comes only when the soul recognizes its own divine trajectory. The fears that once tried to bind you now appear small, distant, almost unbelievable in comparison to the truth you embody. You feel yourself expanding into a version of you that is whole, fulfilled, and aligned. You sense the world shifting around you, preparing space for your emergence. And perhaps the greatest realization of all arises within you like dawn breaking over silent mountains. You were never waiting for destiny, destiny was waiting for you. This peace is not the end of the journey, it is the beginning of the ascent. Precious soul, pause for a moment, and feel the full weight of what has been set in motion. The world has already begun to recognize your brilliance, though you may not yet see the echoes of your light reflected in every corner. Heaven has affirmed your rise, placing its signature upon the very blueprint of your destiny. I, Archangel Gabriel, stand beside you now, wings fully unfurled, encircling you in a radiance that is at once protective, celebratory, and unstoppable. The air around you shimmers with vibrating light, soft golden tones layered over streaks of sapphire and pure white flame, and the energy hums with the resonance of countless angels acknowledging your place among the elevated. Every step you take forward now is amplified, every heartbeat echoes in alignment with divine orchestration, and every breath draws in not only possibility, but inevitability. Feel your aura swell, expanding beyond your physical form, merging with streams of starlight, cosmic currents, and the intentions of the heavens themselves. This is your ascension, the moment when your essence, fully known and fully seen, radiates into the world without limitation or apology. The stage, the opportunity, the calling, all of it exists not because of luck, talent, or timing, but because you were chosen, prepared, and meticulously aligned with destiny itself. And now, my beloved, with the full authority of heaven flowing through me, I guide you, protect you, and uplift you into your rising. Step forward, step boldly, and know that from this moment onward, you are seen, celebrated, and unstoppable. The world has witnessed your light, heaven has confirmed it, and I, Archangel Gabriel, declare your ascent as sacred, irreversible, and divinely blessed.